How to journal so that you become unrecognizable. The way I journal, I separate the shadow work with my other work, right? Right now, I'm using those big 5 subject journals, and it was a real game changer for me. You have so much space and you can just flow, right? Before that, I used to have the smaller version. I had one dedicated to my gratitude, and then as time evolved, I didn't want it to section myself like that anymore, so I just flew with whatever I had for everything, for my planning, for my gratitude. I separate the shadow work. The reason why I love to do it like that is that there was someone, when something difficult happened to them, they will write that in the sand so that water can come and wash it away. But when their friend did something beautiful for them, they wrote that in a rock so that it can stay forever. And the generation that will come after us will see that in the rock. So it's the same in our life. I love to let go of the thing that I don't want to keep in my life. The hurt, the deception, the triggers, the limiting belief, the beliefs that are not empowering. I want to let them go. And so if I have to deal with them, I prefer not to write them in my journal that will stay with me forever, but I prefer to write them on a piece of paper that I can throw away afterwards when I'm done with that subject. What I keep in my journal are my plans, my thoughts, my to-do list, sometimes brain dumping everything that is in my head. Also my gratitude, reminding myself what is beautiful in my life, what blessings I have, because sometimes when things don't go the way we want in one area of our life, we forget all the things that are working well in our life. We take them for granted. Okay, this is too low. So this video goes beautifully hand in hand with my video, how to rebrand yourself and your life. And if you want to see more videos like this on feminine energy, on my journey to create my dream business, hit the like button. In this video, we are going to zoom in on the journaling aspect. So imagine walking up in front of the mirror one day and looking at yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, who are you? This is exactly what happened to me this summer. My life was really transforming, and I was even seeing myself and asking myself, who is this new version of myself? Because I was giving myself permission to experiment with so many things. I was becoming unrecognizable even to myself. More strong, more confident, having that spark in my eyes again. And this is mainly because of journaling and because of feminine energy. I also have someone very close to me. They can see that spark in my eyes again. That reminds them of the time when I got my first job, right? You come out of uni and you finally get that well-paying job and you feel like everything is possible. You have the financial abundance to do the things that you want to do. But for me, it's not really about going back to one version of myself that I was before, but it was more about expanding myself and getting more aligned with my truest version of myself. And it's really the same for every one of us. It's the same for you. You know deep within you that version of yourself that is full of joie de vivre. That version of yourself that is not afraid to go after their dreams. That version of yourself who believes that she is capable of doing and having and being anything that she chooses to be and do and have. Your journal is going to be your best friend in order to bring that version of yourself to life again, because she is within you. She exists already and you just have to wake her up. So how do we do this? Let's dive in with our journaling. So the beautiful thing that journaling allows me to do is to reprogram my mind. It's the thing that I love most about journaling. I have many of these big journals and I love to use them for anything. Well, I can use them also to just write my thoughts, right? Brain dump. This is really helpful when you start feeling overwhelmed with anything. You can just put those thoughts out of your head And that will help you. That always helps me to get a clearer mind. Like, okay, I put them on paper, they can stay there in my journal, and I can relax now. I can think about something else, right? And the second thing that it allows me to do is to remember my blessings, like writing my gratitude. It depends on what day I have. I can write about the most simple things, like having my beautiful family, writing my achievement. Oh, like post 3 videos this week and I'm grateful for that. Or I could get some new subscriber, welcome, and I'm grateful for that, right? I could get a comment in my community, I'm grateful for that. And anything that I can be grateful for, I write that down in my journal. It is reprogramming my mind to find out during the day all of those small things or big things that I'm going to write down in my gratitude. So I do it in the morning when I wake up, not always, but I also do it at night before I go to sleep. I want to write down those things. I really gave myself a challenge. And so for the summertime, I really wrote every day something for which I was grateful for. I remember that I started around the same time that I started my YouTube channel, because it was really a challenging thing for me to post the videos and not see the view that I wanted, that I expected. So instead of beating myself up or down, I don't know, I took my journal and started writing, what am I grateful for? I am grateful for the first 20 people who subscribed to my channel, right? To ask myself, who is that version of myself that I want to become, right? So for me, it all starts with my intuition. I can remember that vision I had for myself. Like, I am meditating, and while I'm meditating, I'm very sophisticated looking. Like, I have my makeup on, I have my nails done, and I'm in a beautiful, beautiful outfit, feminine outfit. I had this vision a long time ago when I started doing yoga, maybe 10 years ago or something like that, right? That means that I admire that version of myself who takes care of herself, but I don't want to be just that version and be so focused on those things that I forget the spiritual aspect of things, that soul aspect. I would love to nurture her also, to get her sophisticated as well. So that's why my vision had those both aspects. Yes, I do the inner work, I do these things that are important for my soul well-being, like meditating, going in nature, and all the things that are beautiful for the soul, right? And at the same time, I do take care of my body. I nurture my body with very high nutritious food. And I also take care of pampering myself, of beautifying my superficial, making my hair shining, and all of those things, right? That is the version of myself that I want to get to. All right. Now, in my current life, my thought, the way I talk to myself, my self-talk, the decisions I will make, the action that I will take, I know that they all influence the person that I will show to the world, right? So instead of wanting to change things on the outside and have that for 2 days where I do my makeup and my hair, and then for the rest of the time I'm like, oh, I'm so bored with this, I don't want to do this anymore. It's so much important for me to start from within, to start with those abundant thoughts of gratitude, of recognizing my blessings. I recognize the path that I've gone through already and be grateful for what I've been able to achieve so far. Yes, I can still create new things, but it's important that I'm already able to recognize what I have, because by amplifying what I have, I can then attract more. So this is when my journal come in. I can write my gratitude for the things that I already created in my life, but also write my gratitude for the things that I'm attracting in my life as if they were already here. And then I ask myself, what thought is this person thinking, that new version of myself who has the results that I want, who is showing up the way I want to show up in the world, right? What decision does she make? What is her self-talk? How does she speak with herself? Because the way you speak with yourself is going to reflect also in your outer world. If you are angry and you speak to yourself angrily, then it won't be long enough until you propagate that anger to everybody around you. But if you are speaking to yourself kindly, you will also be able to propagate that kindness around you. All right, so once you are clear on the person that you want to be, on that vision of your highest version, that confident, empowered, and magnetic version of yourself, then you go and ask yourself, what are my beliefs? Why I am not able to attain this version? And those beliefs can come up. And now you can ask yourself, do I want to let them go? You can write them down on your journal, right? Like I say, if that feels too heavy, you can take a piece of paper so that you can really free flow on that piece of paper, write everything that you want to write. And if those things are okay for you, you can write them also in your journal so that you can see how you have progressed. For the moments in your life when you are going through challenges, remember that those challenges are here to teach you something. And you can use your journal to find out how this is helping you, this challenge is helping you. Because when you can love and embrace the things that are challenging for you, then they lose their power. Instead of being a baggage that will bring you down, they become a fuel that will propel you forward. For example, let's say you have a difficult relationship with someone, that competitiveness, right? It can inspire you to want to be better, to want to upgrade your standards in order to enlarge your vision and to go forward. So when you see how that challenging relationship, that competitiveness can help you to get to a better place yourself, then you can more embrace that relationship and being grateful for that and bring love into that relationship instead of resentment. Because love and gratitude are really the best healers. If you go the route of resentment, then you are eating poison and that will destroy you with time. But if you go the road of love and gratitude, then you are freeing yourself and you can go forward with so much joy inside, or at least with so much equanimity inside. Journaling also allows me to embrace my shadow more. So the prompt that I can have for this is, what aspect of myself am I not comfortable for others to see or to know of? It used to be for me that when I wearing my makeup, I start asking myself, am I hiding my true self, right? Am I not comfortable with my true self? Am I not beautiful with my true self? But by understanding that I am also okay to showing that version of myself to the world, that version that doesn't have makeup, it's really also me embracing all parts of myself and me unapologetically loving myself. And also, it's me giving permission to someone who sees me with makeup and thinks, oh, I'm not so good at makeup, so I will never do what she's doing, to give that person permission to also start the way they are without their makeup in their most raw, authentic form. Even for me, seeing other women, that inspire me to say, wow, if they can do it and have so much ease with it, then maybe it's also possible for me. And that's how I give myself permission, right, to do those things because of the exemplification of someone else. And it can also be men, of course, but it's more inspiring when it's a woman who is in your life situation. Even if she has also children, then there is really no reason why you cannot do that. Maybe with the right skills or with the right time management and stuff like that, with the right self-care, you can also be able to achieve what other people around you are achieving. And one important aspect, with the right belief as well. Self-belief and letting go of the limiting beliefs. So many times we do the actions around us. That was my case also, trying to put so many videos out, but not looking at the inside. Am I believing that that video is going to do well? And if that's not the case, then it doesn't matter how many videos I'm pushing out there. Am I believing that I'm worthy of receiving abundance, of receiving wealth, right? If that's not the case, then No wonder that wealth is delayed. My journal is my best friend to uncover those limiting beliefs. Having limiting belief and having patience are two different things. When you are in this period, like we talked in the video about rebranding your life, there is a period where you are sowing your seed, you are putting them in the ground, and then you cannot expect them to just grow right in front of you, right? So there's also that period of being patient and letting nature do its things so that the seed that you have planted can then grow and give you the reward. So there's a difference between not having the outcome that you want because of the limiting belief and because of the lack of self-belief, right? Or the lack of faith, and also not having those results because of the patience, the perseverance that you still need to sow those seeds, and they will grow with time. And what can you do to ensure that? Well, you use your journal to plan things. Like for these videos that I'm doing right now, I was planning to film 3 videos today, but I will do 2 and that will be okay, right? So going forward like that is also showing your faith. It's also showing your self-belief. And it's also important to improve each time. And for that, you really need to be intentional. And that is something that I'm working on myself. All right, so it works like this. In your journal, write down your thoughts, but also write down your self-talk, the way you talk with yourself. Write down your habits. Write down your behavior. Write down the actions that you are taking, because this will also help you to track your progress. If at the outer level you don't see the money yet in your pocket, it doesn't mean that there are not changes occurring, right? Becoming unrecognizable is not just about your outer appearance, it's also the way you think, it's also the way you talk to yourself. It's also the way you start believing. It's also the confidence that you are gaining. It's also the aura that you are emanating. All those things are tangible transformations that makes you unrecognizable. And then when you add to it your new look or your new job or your new project that you have chosen for yourself, then other people can really see it as well. But for yourself, it started long ago. For example, if you used to be totally lazy or depressed or unorganized, and then suddenly you start being more confident, more organized, more magnetic, well, those things can also be the way how you become unrecognizable, right? If you used to neglect the things like doing the dishes or the laundry, and then suddenly it becomes important for you because you understand the correlation between your wealth and the order in your life, or your concentration and productivity and the order in your environment. When you understand those correlations, then it becomes important for you to do those things. So it comes back a little bit to our values, to what we prioritize in our life. If you cannot see the link between what you are trying to accomplish in your life and the mundane things, then you will not prioritize those things. But if you can see that it all goes together, like there is this beautiful saying that the way you do one thing is the way you will do anything, or something like, no, it's like the way you do anything is the way you do everything, right? So the energy that you will bring in the smallest things, like doing your laundry or doing the dishwasher, might be the same energy that you also bring when you are trying to build your business. But it's not a reason to go into perfectionism and let the perfectionism stop you, make you procrastinate and overthink everything because you want the perfection, right? It's not the same thing. It can be a trap. Another powerful thing that journaling helped me to do is to recognize my power. What do I mean by that? Sometimes in life, we want to compare ourselves with other people. And it's so easy to say, don't compare yourself to other people, right? I've said that also. Most importantly is when you compare yourself with other people, or if you find yourself comparing yourself to other people and thinking, oh, I'm not this and I'm not that, then ask yourself, what are you, right? Because they have those aspects in their life, but you also have your own blessings in your life, and they are equal. So in your life, when you find out what you have, that is where the gratitude come back in. That is where counting your blessings come back in. You can see your true worth by not comparing yourself to others, and instead ask yourself, where do I have those things that I'm admiring in other people? You cannot even see those things in other people if they are not already present in you, because we are seeing the reflection of ourselves in other people. So even when we are judging people, it's because it's something that is already in us that we judge like that. But by embracing it and understanding I have that also in me, then you become a less harsh judge, right? You become more compassionate and you can embrace many things. And this is how it leads you to healing, and it leads you to create a new version of yourself who is no longer triggered by what you think that other people have and that you don't have. Journaling is also very important for my creativity. I use journaling to mind map my ideas, so I can write things just without thinking about a structure, writing the ideas that come in my head, and then in the next step organizing those ideas. So it's really helping me to create very quickly. Mind mapping in your journal is also a powerful thing. So additionally, to use your journal to become unrecognizable, the tips that I share in the video, how to rebrand your life and yourself, can really be beneficial for you, as well as embracing and connecting to your dark feminine energy. Feel free to check out my video also on feminine energy. Hi again, gorgeous. How can you use this when you are on a journey to create your dream business? Well, you map out that dream business. What is it for you? If there were no limitation, what will you create? If you could have everything that you want, what will that dream business be like? What are your working hours? How do you work? With whom are you working? Write those things in your journal. How much are you getting per month? What does it mean to get per day? All those things are written down in your journal, and you repeat them from time to time in order to keep them top of your mind. And it's not necessarily your job to find out how you will get there, but it's very important to follow your intuition and to take each step that your intuition is guiding you to do. Also asking yourself what is going to feel really good to do right now is a really beautiful guidance in order to take the next step that is very aligned to become that unrecognizable version of yourself. Someone also told me that I was really fast in creating, and they couldn't understand how I could do that. Well, I read one book once on mind mapping, and that was really a game changer for me. This helped me to create correlation between things that seem uncorrelated at first. By writing everything that popped in my head when I think about this topic, and then later on thinking about how I can structure those things. This is really helping me to skyrocket my creativity using my journal. That's why I prefer to have those journal as well as using my computer, right? Don't limit yourself. Do what works best for you. And if it's a combination of two, why not? Until next time, stay inspired. Bye-bye. Cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye. Love you.